Hey there, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to 999. 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors. My name is Dameol, and this is a blind run. I forgot to say the blind part. That's kind of important. So we just finished with this room. So... and I can't... blue liquid and red liquid and fake chest. I can't actually do anything with them yet. We already got that. I can't do anything with John yet. Let me go ahead and go through back to here, because I feel like there's definitely something to be done regarding the different liquids. So the red liquid, and then turn that on. Hey, it turned red. That's kind of what I figured would happen when you use the red liquid. And to get the purple one, are we going to have to combine the red and the blue? Because that's at least how colors work. Forget about that. Didn't you hear that just now? There we go. That's what I thought. Fake red. Right for the medical mannequin. I guess the woman's foot, but damn. Doesn't look hot at all. Yeah, what is going on with you and the, like, obsession with mannequins, dude? Have you got a thing for feet, Seven? No, that's crazy. Again, I don't know what his deal is and why he feels the need to share the... I mean, this is your inner monologue, dude, which means don't share it with me. And if I'm right, I can also go red liquid. Oh, okay, it won't let me do that. It's blue now. Ah, there's the other leg. The left... it's the left foot of the mannequin. Do you think I'm better than what? Amputated foot? Yes, I think you're better than an amputated foot. What even kind of question is that? That's weird, and you're weird. Do you think my legs are skinnier? So, can I... there we go. I get it. You combine the red liquid and the blue liquid to make a purple one. Oh, good job, Junpei. I know, it's amazing. It's like I know what I'm doing. It's like I've studied basic color theory. Well, I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has got to be unlocked. Now, the question is, where did I put that liquid? Because I can't pour it into either of the two vials. The fake stomach. This is a... I actually thought that when I first saw it, I thought it was a nose. I was like, wow. That's like the schnoz from Mount Rushmore. That's no nose. That's a space station. Oh, a stomach. Just medical mannequin. There's a hole in the left side of the chest. Like, I'm trying to figure out, is that where the stomach goes? But I can't, I don't know how to get that open. And that's still locked, right? All right, so... so like 6 parts of medical mannequin. So once we got it, gotta be for Lucy, right? Yeah. Seems like it. I said we can lose our parts back. Any objections? I mean, I do feel like at some point we're going to have to use the scale to figure out, because it was very specific about the difference between them. Hey, nothing happened. That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight? Yeah, you know there's a scale on the side of the bed? Maybe. We need to get the scale to a specific number. I don't know how we do that, though. I think we're supposed to swap our sparkles with John's. Okay, here we go. Here we go with all kinds of puzzlies. I like puzzlies. The screen will display 2 medical mannequins. You can switch their body parts by selecting the part you want to switch out. Okay, well, first of all, we do know the weight of each part, actually. That is not what I want. Is it under file? Okay. Let me go ahead and actually just cheat real quick. I was about to write all this down, but then I was like, wait a minute. I can use the snipping tool. Because that will let me get a just quick screenshot of this. Boop. Boop. Haha. I love computers. Computers let me cheat so well. Okay, so first of all, right, it should be 53.2 kilograms and 51. So let's first check the other hearts. If the heart goes down, if the heart goes up, then we were correct. Okay, yep, it went up because it should be 2 and 2.3. Oh, that's annoying, actually. Okay, so if she currently has the 2 point and the 2.3, so it should actually go. So we're really just moving 3 points around. But that means she has the lighter heart, so that's actually correct. 6 and 6.2. This is actually harder than I thought it would be, because that's the, again, we're moving 0.2 back and forth, and the heavier of the two is supposed to be on John's side, which is what's happening. So on stomach, it's 5 and 5.6, so we should have 0.6 move around. Wait a minute, I'm thinking this the wrong way. I don't need to get them to be exact, I just need to get the weights right. Because we're trying to get John to 51.3 and Lucy to 53.2. So what if we just did this the dumb way? And then we just went with 4. So yeah, 53.2 is what we're aiming for. 53.0, 53.5. There we go. Hey, I just heard something. It came from John's operating table. We better check it out. I agree. Check it out. Huh? It's a little on the scale. Oh, it must have opened because we matched John's weight to what's on the chart. The Jupiter's key. Alright, guys. There's a marked engraved little key. I think that's the Jupiter symbol. I think it is too. I agree with Clover. Clover's smart. Good job, Clover. Alright, so the question is, I think we go that way to get out. Then is it this way? Because there's definitely a locked door this way.
Hey, hold on.
Should be about to put the key in the doorknob.
Oh, what's up?
Where's Clover?
How did Clover get lost? We walked 5 feet.
Huh?
She returned. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, God damn it. Where the hell did she go? Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
You better stay together. There might be a killer on the loose.
Sure thing.
Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. You found her standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin. What? Does the mannequin remind her of her dad or something? Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
Are you thinking about Snake? She didn't respond. She hadn't been standing up and breathing. Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing?
You know, other than all those, like, things that show you're alive.
Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something. An attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh, though. She stood still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Hello? Perhaps it was something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. It's gotta be Snake. We haven't found him anywhere. Suddenly her mouth opened and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
Why would you just... I agree with you, but I don't know why you would think that.
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him.
Well, when people die, they're still findable. You can still locate them.
If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
Where does that come from? Actually, I've got to also say, I'm very curious. This game seems to be completely about the power of an idea, even when unproven, because both of those side stories have been about the power of suggestion or the power of knowledge around those who aren't aware of the knowledge, but it still can have an impact on the world. So I almost wonder if Snake thought he would be killed and told Clover about it because they're brother and sister, and now Clover's going to be convinced of it, which will just lead to more problems. Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with Snake? You gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. Silence grew heavier. Do I have a 4-leaf clover?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Here it is.
He reached into his pocket and dug it out.
A 4-leaf clover.
Santa had given it to him in the second classroom. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something.
Like, I'm glad I went down this route, although this does seem pretty inappropriate based on her. I would ask what the fuck she's talking about if it were me.
Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope.
Because it's in your pocket.
You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love.
Wow, when did Junpei turn into, like, a reverend?
If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead.
I'm not sure about that. He did disappear awfully suspiciously.
He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that.
Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form at the corners of her eyes.
Thank you.
Well, apparently that was the right path to go, which I'm glad about. I'm not sure why it was the right path to go, but hey, I'll take it. Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away the tears with the baggy arm of her jacket, but the more quickly took her place. And after she tried, she just couldn't stop crying. I've definitely been there. And you feel so stupid even though there's no reason to. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor.
Thank you.
She said it again. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. It's her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage. I still want to... We've actually avoided the point as far as I'm concerned, which is, why the hell do you think if Snake is dead, you're next?
Come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
But still, she didn't move.
Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
Ask away. I am a veritable font of answers.
What's that?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
Well, it is part of the scientific process that takes place after the hypothesis but before the conclusion. For a moment, his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him aside from the dictionary definition.
What?
I actually think, what is a much better my answer was snarky as hell and would have gotten me kicked.
Oh.
Is she saying that she and Snake are experiments? Is that why their life is actually kind of literally tied together?
I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean, that you knew about the four-leaf clover.
Interesting. Santa knew about it, but I didn't.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now.
You are making negative sense. You have actually broken the sensory boundary and are approaching genius from the other side.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
That's impossible.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What is this experiment you were talking about?
Yeah, and what is it the connection between you and Snake? Clover looked away. The four-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone?
No, not at all. Everyone, stop watching. He's about to tell me a secret.
Cross my heart.
Really?
Really?
I can trust you, right?
As much as you can trust anyone you've just met and know nothing about.
Of course you can.
Clover slipped the four-leaf clover into her pocket. Seven is being extraordinarily patient. Her eyes still red from crying. She looked up at Junpei.
Okay, then. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
Oh, wow. Well, here's a big old plot dump.
Wait. On this ship?
Yeah, this ship.
He was I'm entirely lost as well. He had 1,000 questions. He had 1,000 questions. It was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover had finished.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing.
Oh god, back to this again. One wonders why everyone but Junpei knows about some story regarding this. Because June knows stuff about it, Seven knows stuff about it, now Clover knows stuff about it.
Communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Poor Junpei. I feel like Junpei is the control in this experiment. They did a whole bunch of weird stuff with 8 people and then brought Junpei in as just some schlup.
Fields that you can't see?
There's something like this before.
Like, think about this.
She pointed at the operating table. That's actually because Seven talked to me about this when Clover had left. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin.
This is John, right?
Hi, John.
But is he really John?
John is the name that he goes by, but there is a power in a name.
Huh?
All Junpei could think was that she's finally completely lost it.
Isn't this like Locke's socks?
Okay, that is not a reference. I assume that refers to John Locke, but other than that, I don't know.
Or the ship of Theseus?
Also not positive about that one. I'm going to have to look these up. This game is introducing me to a lot of concepts I have not previously run into, which is amazing. Junpei grew even more confused, which was quite the accomplishment, all things considered. He'd never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart. I really wish I had Morgan Freeman in the room. You know, just because that was a line for him. Junpei grew even more confused, which was quite the accomplishment, all things considered.
You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
I have not.
No?
Junpei shook his head.
Really?
Clover laughed.
Okay, well pay attention then. This is how Locke's socks works.
Please tell me. I love this stuff like this.
Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks.
I've never had favorite socks.
One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Mend it?
Well, I guess I'd patch it up.
I mean, they're my favorite socks. I'm not gonna throw them away.
Get some cloth and close up the hole.
But what if another hole opens?
I'd add another patch, I suppose.
What if another hole opened after that?
Is this a question of at what point is it stopping the original pair of socks?
Another patch, I guess?
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches, until eventually the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Yeah, I thought that might be where that was going.
Well, that's tough.
Junpei crossed his arms.
So, that's the locked socks thing?
Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it. The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with?
So and this gets back to the idea of a thing is more than the sum of its parts. So even if all of its parts are replaced, the original thing is still there because each part was mending or fixing part of the original. But a ship is not just a collection of parts. It is an idea that those parts represent.
And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else?
Well, that would just be silly.
Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus?
That is a very interesting question, actually.
The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts?
If you can build with the original parts, why are you repairing it? It was an interesting question, to be sure. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued. Wait. Disembodied narrator, man. Why are you telling me what Clover thinks? You are Junpei's, fairy.
Hey, do you think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John, or is it Lucy now?
Aha. Junpei looks at the operating table again. The mannequin full of body parts for a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like the locked socks in the ship of Theseus. Part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom held that a man's identity resided in his heart, or any number of internal organs. And here, they had both. But it is actually the original heart and head, isn't it?
John's head and heart are both his. But apart from those, and a single arm, the rest of his body was once Lucy's.
Is that mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
She looked at Junpei again.
Think about it. The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die, and new ones are born. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once.
That's a creepy-ass thought. Holy wow.
Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate.
No.
If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right?
So ultimately, yeah, I mean, that is the thing. The thing that makes us human is our brain. Everything else is just a collection of particles. What is the line? Mankind is just a collection of chemicals with delusions of grandeur.
That's how we're all connected. Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
Well, that eye should put some clothes on. Sounds was broken by 7.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
7's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy.
How long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around.
Hey, you did the same thing, 7. Don't give us that. Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of 7. That is a very interesting idea, though. Again, I have to... The thing that makes us human is our mind, our memories, and the fact that the mind's thought process never stops. Even if cells die in the brain itself is... I won't say eternal, but, that is what determines death, is when the brain dies.
Oh? What were you two doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting?
Not much of a secret.
No, it wasn't. We were just
Just...
playing with the mannequins.
God damn it, Clover.
Huh?
Let's go, Junpei.
Now, given Seven's background, what he's been talking about, he's going to have the complete wrong idea about that. Only too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. Seven stared after her, then turned to Junpei with a amused expression.
Playing with mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
Well, I didn't want you to.
You're a dick.
Well, yeah. With a short laugh, Seven followed. He stood in front of the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key.
All right, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
You don't need to keep asking, just do it, all right?
He slid the key in the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlock. I did it! The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. Simply walked through the door, and that was it.
All right, let's get going.
Hey, man, what's up with you? You're so serious, you know?
I mean, I'm having to think about the nature of existence and identity.
Can't you sound more happy, you know, get a little excited?
Woohoo! We got out, guys. Dun, da, 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 da. Oh, apparently no. Apparently no, we can't do that.
Not really.
Junpei turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple white hallway. So he didn't usually do the you escape thing. Or didn't do the usual you escape thing.
My brother might be dead.
I never found out about that, which is frustrating.
I'm going to be next.
Clover had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead. She said might be dead. Disembodied narrator's lying to us. She'd like to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
Okay, there we go. I was wondering where that was. I'm like, I found the exit. Why is it not telling me I'm awesome? They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked.
There too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
Well, yeah, we're being corralled. You can only go certain directions. It's part of the game.
How about that one?
The final door was hidden in the corner of the hall.
May as well give it a try.
Junpei grabbed the handle. He made it push open. A voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him. It belonged to neither Seven or Clover.
Jumpy!
Oh, good job, June.
Huh?
He spun around. He saw someone running towards him from the other end of the hallway. There were 3 people coming towards Junpei and his companions.
June? And Santa? And Lotus too?
They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
We're trying to open a door until we were so rudely interrupted.
What? But we didn't...
Before we could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey, guys! Could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to here's what she'd
Look
found.
on the wall here.
There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway, all right.
A map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck. So it's the map for this floor then?
Awesome, I'm glad we have that. That area with all the squares must have been the operating room. And then...
Door 7. And... Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
In fact...
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. And that's how the nonary game works.
Or at least that's how it should work if Zero's playing fair.
I see.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this lead to...
Looked more closely, surprise and excitement gave away the weariness.
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
Yeah.
They moved as one for the door.
Almost forgot. We should keep this.
He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall and put it in his pocket, then followed the others. 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. So yeah, this is going to lead back to the operating room. Took a hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
I'm gonna open it.
Slowly, all five nodded. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Without looking around, each of them knew where they were.
I knew it.
They were just where the map had said they'd be.
Back. In the hospital room.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying.
So that's very interesting. Now, here's the big question. Do the other two rooms still say occupied?
The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory.
Laboratory.
And then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors.
He looked like anyone might after just waking up, but it seemed his brain was working as well as ever. He had managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report.
At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
So interesting. Did the elevator? I'm trying to remember what symbol the elevator had, because we might be able to actually access it now. He shook his head with a rueful smile.
Well, we saw each other again and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough.
Seven smiled.
Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need.
The key?
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Right, Junpei?
Yeah.
Junpei sure nodded.
Oh, the solar system keys. Actually, we found one in the laboratory, too.
Which one?
Here, the Earth key.
Oh, the X-Men key. Let's take it out. Still warm key with the Earth symbol on it.
I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way it won't be my fault if it gets lost.
Yeah. On it.
Well, also, where are you storing it? You don't have a lot of pockets. He felt slightly less than honored.
Now we have 3 keys that we haven't used yet.
Yeah. The Jupiter key that we found in the operating room.
Isn't that the one that opened the locked door to get us out?
The Saturn key card we found in the kitchen. And the Earth key Lotus just gave me.
And with that, we're going to press on in the next one. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I appreciate you.